Happy Thanksgiving to all of you in the United States, and for the rest of you in the world, happy Thursday. It's time for episode 103 of Midweek News. Let's get started. Shotcut 24.11 video editor released with various bug fixes. Mostly bug fixes this time around, but some of those bugs would have made editing a project a real pain. Issues like random crashes when shifting variable rate to constant rate clips, moving video clips immediately after a transition, and a bad output issue when using the export from marker with subtitles feature. All of this work and more should make this update worth trying. Ubuntu 25.04 daily builds are now available. Ubuntu 25.04, also known as Plucky Puffin, will be released on April 17th, 2025. Some things it should include, but are not in the daily version just yet, include GNOME 48, which is still in development, Linux kernel 6.14, which is still a ways off since 6.12 was just released, more changes to the Security Center app, as well as an improved dual boot configuration in the Ubuntu Flutter-based OS installer. If you like watching software and operating systems evolve over time, why not spit up Plucky Puffin in a virtual machine? Next up, we've got SSHuttle, or SSHuttle, or however the heck you want to pronounce it. Basically, it's a tool that lets you route all traffic through SSH. This is an interesting solution that runs almost everywhere, even Windows with some work. A lightweight, flexible solution if you know your way around SSH, or you're not afraid of working at the command line. An open source Salesforce alternative? I'll be honest, I've never used Salesforce before, and I don't know exactly what it's capable of. Still, this sounds like a great project to watch, and one that might be useful in small or startup businesses with cash flow issues. The solution is called 20, and it's an under development CRM, taking some inspiration from Notion in the UI department. 20 aims to build a flexible platform that works for business, not the other way around. Even during the early development stage, there is a managed option which can be had for $9 a month, as well as a live demo. If you're in need of such a CRM solution, might be worth checking out. Basic Co-Inventor Thomas E. Kurtz has died at the age of 96. Kurtz co-created BASIC while working at Dartmouth. It has obviously had a tremendous impact on the computing world, sparking variants like BBC BASIC, Microsoft BASIC, and many others. And for those of you who may not have used it, I still remember from my very first programming class when I was 12 what BASIC stands for: Beginners All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. The end of the VMware era? With the Broadcom acquisition of VMware, things are definitely changing. Many small companies are leaving VMware due to increased subscription prices. There are certainly many compelling options out there: Proxmox, XCP-NG, and others for the server, VirtualBox, Parallels, UTM, and several KVM, QEMU-based solutions for the desktop. Broadcom has made VMware Workstation and Fusion free for both personal and commercial use in a too little, too late move. Hyper-converged infrastructure solutions are also having a coming-of-age moment in parallel with all of this drama. We'll see what happens in the next year. FreeCAD 1.0 is finally available. I'm not a CAD guy, but I'm sure somebody in the audience at least tinkers with it. Perhaps FreeCAD is now stable enough that it will inspire some up-and-coming CAD person. Available now for Linux macOS, and Windows. Debian 13 coming in 2025. Through November 30th, 2024, which would be Saturday, there is a default theme contest happening for what will become known as Debian 13, also known as Trixie. The article predicts that Debian 13 will come between June and August of 2025. Get your vote in on the theme before it's too late. Rhino Linux needs your support. Packing the goodness of Ubuntu, wrapped into a rolling release with the Unicorn desktop and AUR-like package manager called Packstall, Rhino is a very interesting project. Developers are currently preparing for the 2024.3 release. The team is a small group of students working on the project while balancing their education and employment. They are looking for new and passionate contributors to help them achieve great things with the Rhino Linux project. If you're a programmer and can spare a little time, consider helping out in any way you can. I'm happy to eat my own dog food and contribute some testing time. I just never got to the point with programming where I could be very useful to them. Microsoft wants to simplify Windows Subsystem for Linux. They are proposing a new Getting Started experience. They are trying to find a way to address the feedback from first-time Linux users trying out WSL. This all sounds interesting, and it has the timely announcement just as Red Hat Enterprise Linux is coming to WSL for the first time. This might be one of the most interesting parts of Windows if it were not for all the advertising and that blasted recall abomination. Tutorial of the week. Install WireGuard VPN on Debian 12. Once again, we feature a tutorial from How to Forge, this time talking about how to install WireGuard on Debian 12. These instructions should work with minor tweaks on most Debian-based distributions. Get your hands dirty this holiday weekend and do some testing. And last but not least, we have Archinstall 3.0.1. I will soon be taking another look at the Arch text-based installer. With the new options added in this recent release, I'm willing to give it another go, as things didn't quite go as I expected the last time. You can find out more about the changes in the article, along with a link to the official changelog. I'm just curious enough about it at this point to plan to spend a little time this weekend giving it a once-over. And that will bring us to the end of the Thanksgiving episode of Midweek News. Stay tuned, since I'm not going out of town this weekend as originally planned. I will likely be releasing some more content between Thursday and Sunday. Shenanigans are sure to commence.